Hello, everyone. This is Fonz Mega Fonz, and welcome back. As you can see by the thumbnail, the title, we are talking about a beautiful liar, Miss SZA, SZA, SZA. However you might want to pronounce that name. We're talking about your girl with that big old wig and that pretty face, fat ass, and hard ass motherfucking head. We're jumping straight into it. Of course, we're talking about who is SZA to the outside world, who is she behind closed doors, and the overall energies. So as this goes, usually I'm going to read you all of the cards and then I'm going to tell you what it means to me. Alright, let's go. So for the first pile, who is she to the outside world? The Three of Wands, King of Cups to Death, Sun reversed. And the second pile, 10 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, the Emperor. And the overall bottoms, Page of Pentacles, 8 of Wands, the Empress, and the Page of Wands. So, jumping straight into it, who is SZA to the outside world? She is a friend. She's a good friend. She's a friend that a lot of people kiki nana with, have a good time, that laugh a lot. They know she's a little bit, kooky, a little bit emotional, a little bit funny, sometimes a little bit too sensitive, but steady be cracking jokes towards everyone else, but then gets in her feelings sometimes when the jokes hit too close to home. Your emotional, soft-hearted girl. She herself also seems to feel like she is not all that positive all the time. She might struggle with often just being sad or even often just seeming to have an attitude. Even though everyone's like, why are you having an attitude? You should be having a good time. Everybody's in a good mood. Everybody's in a good vibe. And sometimes even she herself cannot explain it. With the death card here being present, connected to the others, just seems like she is somebody who's constantly ever changing and evolving. So, maybe something is different about SZA every time she pops out and shows her face to the public, whether that's something about her physical appearance, about the way she speaks, the way she talks, the way she walks, the way she acts, the way she eats, etc. Somebody who is constantly growing, changing, evolving, moving differently, etc. Or maybe even the things that change around her could be something as simple as her friends, her entourage, etc. Talking about who she is behind closed doors, she might indeed be somebody who's a bit more troubled than we would, expect of her, maybe, or I suppose, with the boundaries of your typical person and the celebrity, etc., etc. She's somebody who feels like she carries a lot. She tries to be a champ about it, but it seems like there's this honest conflict with her feeling like she carries too much and she does too much, but she feels like she's satisfied with a lot of things that she's done and she deserves it, and it's, everlasting, enduring, and will live forever. And there's part of her that, deals with maybe having two sides to her persona, I suppose. Gemini energy. That she is, strong, bold-faced in the fact that she protects her energy, when in reality she's also kind of fronting a little bit to protect, the girl who maybe would tell lies, stories, or, used to be nice and used to be everybody's friend, but not everybody was her friend, etc. It seems like she happens to have a lot of things about her that conflict, but it stems from, what she's kind of been through up until now, this point. So there's just a lot of contradiction there. But, at a level aside from that, it seems like she herself, for sure, is somebody who is very self-protected, very guarded, and honestly might not have a lot of people, if anyone, that she feels like she can be fully comfortable with enough to let her guard down. So looking at these overalls here, she is somebody who feels like she is very creative. She has a lot of opportunities. She has a lot of things she wants to do, a lot of things she wants to try. She's a very vocal spirit herself too. I guess, of course, it depends on in which matter you might think of that. But she just wants to keep it going, I suppose, Not that to say that, she'll never grow or has no plans to change, etc. It just seems like she feels pretty satisfied with how she has it right now. You know, she feels pretty satisfied with trying to keep it solid where it is right now, or, you know, her current personal life situation. She feels fine keeping it solid, and everything else can kind of just be amorphous around it and constantly evolve and change as she pleases, because she feels like she's, you know, the ruler of the chessboard in her life. So thus, yeah. I don't know, guys. Tell me what you think, and let me know if there are any other female artists that I need to read for, because we're getting into it, y'all. Other than that, if you can't get down with the get down, don't get down with us. And y'all.